Alright, so I wanted to start this off by saying I am part of the generation known as Gen Z, but it seems like these Zoomers, when they make video essays, I don't know what they're doing, but it's just something about it that I just can't stand it. For the record, I am 21 right now, and the guys making it are about my age in the range. But here's the thing, right? It's just almost like unwatchable for me, because what they do, a good example is this guy called Phil Mento. Because the only time I would even like listen to this stuff is if like I'm at work and I need something to pass the time so that I don't fucking lose my mind at work. But like this dude Filmento, right? First of all, he's like a movie review channel, but he doesn't actually review. All he does is give a plot synopsis, and then at the last like minute, he tells his thoughts. But the way he does it is just, it's not like a good, uh, more entertaining, not saying good, but like more entertaining. Like Nostalgia Critic is a good example, or Your Movie Sucks, where you just talk and then they sometimes have skits in the middle, but it's not like every minute. Like this Filmento guy, when you watch, when you will try to watch one of his videos, he spams like sound effects and like memes, like meme sound effects every like literally like every 10 seconds is another sound effect. There's like constant sound effects, and that's just not. You can't like focus on anything there. You constantly have one thing playing, like him talking, and then the next thing you know, suddenly there's like uh critical or something screaming. It's like it's always like screaming sound effects too, and even like most reviews are just terrible on YouTube in general. Like there's some people that do reviews like actual reviews. Like they don't just give a synopsis on the entire plot. Most like reviewers on YouTube for anything, they just like all they do is talk about plot, and then at the very last, like the very last minute, like they give their opinions. It's like most of their fucking video. A good Something good that I listen to mostly is just like history stuff, because at least then like you're given a synopsis, because it's history, like it's like a lesson almost. But most like things, like if they're reviewing like media, it's just let's talk about like the story. Like game reviewers, like they're a bit better because they talk about like the gameplay and stuff, something that actually would be interesting other than the story. But I don't know. Some of them like it's very hard to focus, like extremely hard to focus on anything there. and some are like obvious, like paid, like shills, like clearly paid shills. A good example would be Luke Steffen. This guy called Luke Steffen. His channel's just paid off shill, or like this guy that reviews tech. Well, I say review, but it's mostly just like a showcase, like ETA Prime. He doesn't really review much, like not much at all. He just like showcases it. A good example of him like really messing up is like Intel has GPUs, and he did a video covering the GPUs, not knowing that people with actual experience with Intel GPUs were like making fun of him in the replies. Even I was, cause a bit, like for just a little bit, I had an Arc like A780 GPU, and that thing would not run most of the things I was gonna play on it. Like I tried so many games on it, and most of them didn't run. The first thing, it was more powerful than the GPU I had, but I ended up returning it because the first thing it wouldn't run was VR. You know, that's pretty important to what I do. I like VR. I want to play VR, but it doesn't run that. It doesn't run any like it didn't run like most DirectX 9 games and lower. So like anything from the past, it just would not start. And when I got it, it wouldn't run this game. It wouldn't run Plants vs Zombies, like the game I play. I'm sorry, I got back into it recently, but it wouldn't run that. So I just ended up returning it. And he was going over it, and he was saying how great of a how it was a great budget GPU, which is just not the case. You'd be better off getting like an AMD GPU or like a used Nvidia than an Intel. But getting on track, like the second reason why I don't really like these modern reviewers, because they only review like Disney and like the really popular, like not popular because no one watches that shit anymore, but like like Disney shit, like going back to Phil Mento. All he does is like review like Marvel and Disney, Star Wars, like box office, like Avatar, shit like that. That's all he does. That's all he reviews. He doesn't review like anything like hidden, like interesting stuff. So, I mean, that's pretty much it. That's all I wanted to say.